Hello everybody. Today is the 16th of August and it's 10:30 at night, which means that Nationals is completely over. Completely sweet. Now, I have a lot of things and I could ramble on for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, and maybe a few minutes on top of that, about my experience here at Nationals and how awesome and amazing it was. But I don't want to waste your time. So, I will only talk about, hopefully a few, but maybe more awesome things that happened, things I got, everything. So, the cubes that I was going to sell, all sold out by Friday. Friday they were all gone. 3/4 of them were gone on Thursday, which was just a little casual meetup. And then the rest of them sold Friday. Everything was gone quickly, which was, I was happy with it, and everyone else was happy with it. So 20 lucky people got mini Dianchings, and 5 people got mini Cs, etc. Dan Cohen got a free mini Dianching. Darn. And so, I also, here at Nationals, met loads of awesome people. Not only awesome cubers like Dan Cohen and Ro Hessler, but also awesome people that I had been talking to a little on YouTube, and also just some more awesome people in general that I wasn't even planning on seeing. With the 5 awesome cubers, me, Lance the Blue Knight, and Pestvik were here. Pestvik did end up staying all 2.5 days. He left at noon today, and both of them are much cooler in person than you would think. And both of them you already think are pretty neat from their videos. And if you meet them in person, it's just awesome. You know, yeah, that was gay, but okay. So, it's really awesome to meet them. And, speaking of the 5 awesome cubers, there's a mystery event in which I won a Rubik's Icon. Now, I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do with this Rubik's Icon, and hopefully none of the other 4 or 5 awesome cubers will tell you what we're going to do with this icon. But it was broken in by Pestvik with his uber awesome method, so within like 10 minutes it was already a really good store-bought icon. And so me and the 5 awesome cubers are going to do something and then do something else with it, with this icon. So hopefully they won't tell you, and I'll ask them not to, and we'll have a big surprise out of that. Now, other people that I met. Awesome big-name people. People who I would consider to be big-name people. Like, people who had a great influence on me, awesome solves, stuff like that. First, I would like to mention Mr. Verdez, his son. I bought a white V6 because I thought of a few other people here told me some ideas they had, and I figured out a few more ideas to do a pinless clickless 6x6. We'll see how that turns out with this one, and it also has the son of, I'm going to butcher the guy's first name, Mr. Verdez, the son of the inventor of the V-Cubes. So I got to meet the son of Mr. Verdez, which was amazingly awesome and cool. Now, I also had a neat little idea where I would take two black DIYs, sticker them fully white, kind of like a Dodo cube or a Fuller's cube, and get awesome cubers, in my opinion, to sign each of the 12 sides. Because there's 2 cubes. And so then, if you really wanted to solve it, it would be like solving a super cube. But what I'm going to do, I might have these preserved in some way, but they are going to be sitting on my shelf as a uber awesome collector's item for me. So, first, I would like to start off with a Type A. Now, this is a Type A, and I got signatures on it. I won't go in order of when I got them because I don't remember. But I got Ro Hessler, and that's sideways. Ro Hessler, who has the world record in 2x2. I got Stefan Pockman. I have Lucas Guerin. Then again, Mr. Verdez. Now, it's kind of embarrassing, but I don't really remember who this one is. I don't remember who that is, but it's another one. And then finally on this cube I got Mark Polinsky, which is sweet. So there's the 12 on this one, and I'm trying not to handle it too much so the names don't wear off. And now at DIY Type F, I got Tyson Mao, I got AVG, or Arno von Hollen. I pronounced it right this time, I hope. Dan Cohen. Bob Burton. Bob Burton is this way. Bob Burton. And then Adams Mora. So those are my 2 autographed Super Cubes, which is really sweet. And the final of the 3 sets of people that I met here at Nationals were people from YouTube that watch my videos, but I didn't know them before. I'm not going to name any in specific because then it would make the other ones feel bad, like I didn't remember them. But I met lots of you guys. It was extremely awesome. I was asked for autographs, which is a very foreign idea to me because I didn't really consider myself popular. But I gave out autographs. Speaking of more autographs, I bought t-shirts. I bought 4 different colors of V-Cube t-shirt. I'm wearing one now, a yellow V-Cube t-shirt. And the main one, I bought a US Nationals 2009 t-shirt. And I got different people to sign it who didn't sign the main cubes. So I got Lance the Blue Knight, Ida Papro, or IDPA Pro. I got Cam Cuber, who is awesome. You should check him out as well. I got Emerson with the claw. Who is this? This is... I don't remember who that is. Alex someone, Pestvic, and then a few more people, like Anthony Serial, and Mr. Data, Stephen Turner. So, I'm kind of following on Sarah's idea of getting a t-shirt signed, and I think it's coming along quite well. So, that's really all about the meeting people. Now on to the actual cube things. Now, you may have heard, you probably already heard quite a bit, about my qualification round. I'll briefly go over the averages again. On 2x2, I got around a 9.89, which was 0.89 over the qualifying for B standard, which is kind of depressing, but oh well. On 3x3, my first day I got a 23, and I also was accepted into round 1, which was I was very surprised at, because with a 23-second average, that was 3 seconds over the qualifying for B standard. But somehow they didn't have enough people in 3x3 or something happened, so they let me into round 1, where I proceeded to get weird things to happen. I got a DNF, I got 3 24-second times, and then I got a 19-second time. So with Nationals, they take off best and worst, so DNF and 19.89 were taken off. But I got a 24, but a sub-20 official solve, which is completely sweet. I was really happy that I got accepted into Saturday, which makes me even more happy that I stayed all 3 days rather than only going for qualifying. It also gave me a lot more time to hang out with new friends and stuff. 4x4, I got 151 or something like that because I had a choke of a 208. 5x5, I got 243, I think, with a really nice solve of 230, 229, which I was happy about. And 6x6, which was my strongest event, I got a sub 5, which, as you probably already know, allowed me to beat Lucas Guerin and Stefan Pochman and a few other people who are amazing at cubes. So I'm very proud of myself for that. And then on 7x7, I got 813, which is also really good. So I found out from this competition that I work pretty well under stress, like under lots and lots of attention from like big crowds of people. If you can say qualifying had big crowds. But also that 6x6, I'm way out of my league on 6x6. With my 2 through 5 and 7x7 averages, you would assume that I would be a lot worse than 6x6. But somehow that's a really good event for me. So that's the one I'm going to be pursuing the most, along with 2x2 and 3x3. Now, moving on to the more material side of it, I mentioned about the autograph cubes, and about selling my cubes. Selling cubes. My cubes. Sorry. That was weird. Ugh. Okay, so I got a lot of cool cubes. First, I would like to say that Chris B., who has the same initial as me, CB, and the same first name, Christopher, Chris B, I don't know his last name, he gave me, I'll say gave, this white Ishin 2x2. Now, you might ask, what's so great about Ishin 2x2? You already have one. Well, the fact is, this one, he used a new kind of lubricant, which I'm not going to talk about until I get some for myself, and so I can make a whole little video on it, but it makes it amazing. It's an amazing cube, and you know how on Ishin sometimes it's really annoying, you +2 on stuff? Not on this cube. This cube is, it takes more pressure to turn it, so you can't drop it and get a +2 while it's falling. And it's insanely smooth. I probably shouldn't be not telling you about the lube that he used and that I learned about here, but I'm going to until I get some for myself, because I'm greedy like that. What you gonna do about it? Now, there was a few other things I wanted to say, but the first one I'm going to talk about is the shuffling of cubes, the big cube shuffle. There has been a lot of talk on the forums as well. You may already know this, but Ro Hessler got his 2x2 stolen at the last competition he went to. I would guess it's Connecticut, but I really have no idea. Well, I'm not saying I guess. That's what I think I saw on the forums, but I really didn't pay attention to it. But he got his 2x2 stolen that he set the world record on, which means that he didn't have a good 2x2. What was this leading into? Oh, right. I forgot my own script, even though it's right on my computer here. But this competition led me to believe even more that it was not stolen on purpose. It still could very well have been stolen on purpose, and I really hope it's not, because cubers are above that. But at this competition, there is so much mixing of cubes. Like, you're sitting down somewhere and you take a few cubes out of your backpack to do a relay, then someone else tries it, and then you're in the middle of a solve and someone else tries it, and then, you know, before you know it, that's gone, and you're trying someone else's cube. And at the end of the day, you pack up, and unless you're specifically trying to find exactly the number and you had a list, I brought this many of this cube, and it looked like this, and it had a light blue side, you know, you kind of lose track of stuff. So I ended up with a few more cubes, and I lost a few cubes. Do I know which ones they were? Not really. I just have noticed that I don't have specific cubes. Like, when I go to look for one, I don't have it anymore. And when I look through my collection and I'm organizing it or something, I have more, meaning different cubes than I had before. So none of this on my part was intentional, because I would have preferred to walk out of Nationals with all of my own cubes still intact, meaning that no one else lost theirs and I didn't lose any of mine. But it's just the whole scheme of things. So in some of my future videos, you may see cubes popping up that I didn't even know I had, but now I do. So yeah, the whole cube shuffle thing. So if there's a cube that you really can't lose, what I would suggest doing is either holding on to it, or never taking it out of your backpack, or not even bringing it at all. Yeah, I know that I have some more cubes than I planned on. And same with stack mats. I now have 2 stack mats, and neither of them are mine. So my stack mat, someone else has my stack mat, and I have 2 stack mats that are someone else's, which is kind of annoying. But oh well. So overall, it was a great, fun, awesome, exciting, uberly awesome, exciting experience. And, wait. Huh? There was someone else I was going to talk about. Oh, I don't remember his name. That annoys me. I met Rubik's God, or was it Rubik's Noob? That's kind of ironic. I think it was Rubik's God. The one who got to try Gigamix. Oh, and speaking of that, new puzzles. I got to try quite a few new puzzles, and so I will show you guys me solving those puzzles. I'm not going to tell you what they were, but you will get to see some of those new puzzles in a video coming up. Let's see if it gets up to 17,000 views like Rubik's God's I got to try a Gigamix video. So I'm rambling now, and I'm stuttering, and I'm not saying much. I'm not saying anything of importance anymore, so I'm going to stop this video now. And I'm announcing this to you because I enjoy rambling and wasting your time and not doing what I say I'm going to do. I'm going to stop this video and then not stopping the video. Very sharp. Sharp, boss, sharp. I have now officially hit the halfway point on my can of Jigaloo. Which is somehow important. I bought it like 6 months ago and I still haven't used the whole thing, which is crazy. That was retarded. Okay. I'm stopping the video now. Ta-ta for now. Probably the gayest ending ever.